And so the $1 million question for him, which is what forced me to say I think that it made sense, was, and this is rare for me, was for him to go down market, which means to go for the smaller customer that's more numerous. Most of the time you want to go up market, and that's because those customers can afford to pay you, like sell to the rich, rich people pay better, solve their problems, that type of stuff. I'm always in that direction. But because he said that 40% of his customers, basically right off the onset, were still paying him a year later, to me that's fairly compelling that he's found some sort of product market fit. And so in hearing that, I thought, okay, well, best in class is like 60+% annual retention for a consumer prosumer type product, which is where he was at, which is musicians who want to make it in business but aren't that big yet. So to me, that'd be a prosumer, somebody who's a little bit above a consumer, kind of business-y oriented, side gig-ish, right? And so the good news is there's lots of them. The other good news is that there's new ones that get minted every day, and it's a growing market. So all those things are in his favor, which is, again, these are some of the reasons I like that. The other piece is that some of the old businesses he was going after, I think, though they are big, I think they're going to have trouble over the next years with the AI stuff. I think they'll have a hard time pivoting. And so I would second guess going all in there. Not to say you can't, I would just really consider it. Now, the other piece of why I like this is that if he can move his revenue retention up at the 12-month mark, then he has something that will just keep growing year over year over year, because getting those customers is not hard. Keeping them is hard. But if he can keep them, then he can probably blow the doors off this thing, especially if the education can offset his CAC, or cost to acquire customer.